Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Dmitry Salita, promoter of course of Jarrell Big Baby Miller, over here to promote the big fight June the 1st, Madison Square Garden against Anthony Joshua. What is it about Big Baby Miller that makes him stand out from the rest of the heavyweight division in your view?
Well, Jarrell has incredible facets that seem to be opposite, but they complement one another and make Jarrell Miller the fighter that he is. He's big, he's heavy, and he's very athletic, he's very fast, he's very busy, he's very active inside the ring, and all of these incredible accolades make him the fighter that he is.
And do you think he's already bringing out a side to AJ, an aggressive side that could prove his undoing on June the 1st?
Yes, you know, Anthony Joshua at the press conference today, I've never seen him so bothered. He seems to be that Jarrell really got under his skin, which is what he wanted to do, and I think that what happened in New York City was an accomplished mission, and Jarrell really got into his head. It seems that way based on everything I see.
Jarrell seemed to do very little compared to last week in New York and still achieve the same effect this time around. Was that kind of the plan, to be a bit calmer this time and let AJ do the talking?
Yes, I think that Jarrell wanted to get into Joshua's head and wanted to let him know that he's here to fight and he's here to stay, and that he's strong, that he's big, and that he's not intimidated. Guys like Povetkin, Parker, Vladimir Klitschko, all guys, great fighters, but different personality. And Jarrell is the first guy that Joshua fought that's really in his face, really confident and cocky about it, and is really challenging him. And he put it all together in that way in New York City. But being here in England, you know, Jarrell has a great respect for the British fans. They show him a lot of love and a lot of support. And, you know, Jarrell tuned it down and was the guy that he usually is.
You're obviously a former accomplished fighter in your own right, but as a promoter, would Jarrell winning the unified heavyweight title be the crowning moment of your promotional career so far?
No doubt about it. Jarrell Miller, one of the first fighters that I've signed, to my company, and it's great to me because I identified his talent when he was still, 1-0. So to be able to climb through the ranks from being from 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, club shows, television, and now fighting for the unified heavyweight world title, that is really incredible. And I'm very honored by this fact. And tomorrow we're going to announce the Clarissa Shields versus Christina Hammer fight, which is the biggest fight in women's boxing. That's another fight that I'm very proud of putting together. It's going to be a fantastic one as well. It's going to be April 13th in Atlantic City.
I think you've just announced it, so we've got a bit of a scoop there. That is a great fight for women's boxing. Best women's boxing fight of all time?
Best women's boxing fight of all time. The first super fight of all time. Two women in the peaks of their careers, both wanting to fight each other. On one side we have two-time Olympic gold medalist and a young professional, Clarissa Shields, who has passed every pro test with flying colors. On the other side we have Christina Hammer, long-time reigning and defending world champion, one of the longest defending champions, man or woman, in the history of the middleweight division, who's a star, who feels very confident. So that's really going to be a fantastic fight, and we look forward to that one.
And just one more question about Big Baby Miller before we let you go. You mentioned how you started with him when he was, 4-0, did you say?
1-0.
1-0, sorry. What was it about him, even in those early days, that convinced you to take that leap of faith, especially given his size and things like that? What did you see in him?
Well, I met Jarrell in 2005, and he first fought on my show in 2011. He was 1-0. He fought a guy from Houston, Texas. Tough guy. Jarrell was 20, 21 years old. And the guy that he fought really tested him. And in that fight, I saw Jarrell's athleticism, his flexibility, his speed, his personality. And as I was watching the fight, I turned over to my friend and said, "That's the next heavyweight champion of the world." I was on the Jarrell Miller train since the very beginning, and I was, very surprised at that time, being a young promoter, having other big promoters in town, much more established than I was at that time. I was so surprised that they didn't notice his talent, didn't scoop him up. But lucky me.
Brilliant. Well, in terms of luck, we wish you the very best of it on June the 1st, and fingers crossed. Look forward to seeing you back in the UK as well.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thanks, Dmitry.